looking at our own games, because again, we want to build the best possible battlefield, and if you start looking too much at everyone else, you kind of start building what they're building, and we don't want that. We want to create a great battlefield experience, and based on our own values, based on our own kind of vision, rather than looking at different market groups and doing interviews and asking people what they want. That's not how you create something that is market leading, because then you would aim towards something that someone already seen. I think that is the biggest challenge. And I think it's about not looking at the competition, not trying to mimic what the competition is doing, but try to focus on your own vision. And what we did was that we sat down and said, where do we want to be in 5 years? Rather than saying, what did we just do, how can we make it better? We actually try to have a real vision on where we want to be. And then looking at what you've hopefully seen so far is something that looks more realistic than anything you've seen in the market. Both when it comes to lighting and animation and destruction and audio, and having all these things come together as something that feels brand new. You shouldn't try to build the single player in multiplayer or vice versa. You should have single player being the narrative directed experience. Multiplayer should be the sandbox, do whatever you want, pull any cards you can find, whatever you can see you can blow up, the whole the spectacle of war. And I think the putting resource on that it's a very tender balance, because you look at the quality of the both and you try to match them so you have a coherent experience. The good thing with Battlefield is that the toolbox for building a Battlefield game with the vehicles and the weapons and the balancing actually applies to both things, single player and multiplayer. So you have the same toolbox being used in the two game modes. That's a very sweet thing for us. For Battlefield 3 in particular, I would like people to say that that game really took the genre forward. It's not just a small step or an iteration, it's a big stride into the next generation. It's the first game of the next generation. That I would like people to feel that we did something for the industry rather than just for the first-person shooters.